Okay. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kadash. Honest to those that I've learned from. You know, this man is constantly pushing his word out on the internet, on the YouTube, feeding the sheep. You know, we're thankful for that. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of all of Israel. And shalom to those of Yasharallah seeking the truth, seeking righteousness, and hoping for edification. All right, shalom. I want to get into this one real quick and call this one Struggle in the Womb. As we can see, we can go back in history. We can look at present day time. And if we could even map out the future of this place, it's been a complete struggle ever since the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have had to be reintroduced to this Edomite devil. We know the Native Americans saw him appear on their shores, back after 1492 when this devil showed up on their shores pretending to be something that he's not. Or was it Ephraim? We say the Ephraim or the Puerto Ricans, pretty much a lot of the islands. I believe through the spirit that Ephraim was placed there because, he was supposed to meet him. We knew this devil was coming, so we put Ephraim right there. He was supposed to meet him straight up. Ephraim was supposed to be waiting for this nigga to show up, Time passed by, we got comfortable over here in the Americas and in Azara, this devil called it America. And by the time he got here, we were enjoying paradise. And he just completely ran wreck shop over the natives in South America or Sudamerica, we call that. The Latinos are down there, the Hispanics, that's their territory. By the time he got there, he ran wreck shop through them. And then after he finished running through them, he went to Negro land off of the west coast of Africa and got the Northern Kingdom, brought him over here. And it's been a struggle ever since. A complete struggle, mayhem, disgusting, terrorizing, mutilating, robbery, rape, murder just going on. It's been a struggle. Let's start with Genesis 25 and 22. It says, and the children struggled together within her. We know her as, the mother of Jacob and Israel. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Let's go to 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. Right? And that's what we're dealing with here. 2 nations, like I like to say. In America is your citizenship, your nationality, and your citizenship are 2 different things. Donald Trump and Wesley Snipes are not from the same nation. Right? There's just 2 different flavor going on. There's 2 manner of people there. Let's get even more direct. Donald Trump and Michael Jordan are not from the same nation. On his best day on earth, Donald Trump couldn't even probably touch the rim. You know what I'm saying? He can't. They say he was a good athlete when he was. I think he went to West Point or wherever he was in high school, whatever that high school or college. They say he was a good athlete, but if you look at the rest of his graduating class, you'll see why it's a bunch of Edomites. One of them got to be good at something. But him and it's just 2 complete different manner of people. It's Michael Jackson versus what's his face, Bill Gates on the dance floor. You seen that video of Bill Gates on stage clapping or whatever. I think he was like maybe been in his mid-30s, maybe 40s. He wasn't that old like when you're old, you get a little goofy, a little bit slower. I mean, he still was young when he was in that video, just looking like a fool. So these are two different manner of people. One got salt, one got nothing. One's completely vanilla. Okay? So they were struggling in her womb, and the mother, I believe her name was Rebecca, she went and inquired of the Lord why it be thus. If she's pregnant, why is this struggle? Because it's two completely. No one was mistaken which one was Jacob. After they got their names, after Jacob got his name and Esau got his name, you could tell them apart, okay? It wasn't no mixing these two up. You knew which one was which, okay? You just get a glimpse. You could see that Negro Esau coming from down the street. Well, that nigga Esau. Jacob was more of the Negro. We know Esau came out red. So, he's like one of these red Caucasians. You could see him come from down the street. You know who was who. When you saw Jacob coming, you knew it was Jacob. You knew by the walk, by his mannerisms, you could tell the difference. Two completely different nations. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And we can clearly tell which one's stronger. And they will come up with every excuse in the world why Jacob is strong. It was like, oh, he went through all those years of slavery. Oh, that's why he's so strong. He's a monkey. He's a gorilla. They call him every name in the book to try to downplay why they can't live up to the prowess of Jacob. And if you want to, you can go right back to what happened between Cain and Abel. We can look at that story, how Cain met Abel in the field and he killed him. And I believe the Most High put that on. He put that edict right there just for that situation. He said, oh, and one other thing. He said, one people will be stronger than the other people. He said, go ahead, Cain, meet my son in the field again and see what's going to happen to you. You see, now Esau will not roll up on Jacob without a whole SWAT team or something. And I think that goes directly, is linked to what happened in the field. We got the upgrade. Act like you don't know that we gonna get another upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Let this dude Esau try to come up against the remnant this time, and the Most High said he's gonna raise up a standard. So that's spiritual powers right there. So it's coming. But anyway. So it's been a struggle in the room. It's been pretty just disgusting here for us. We could look at let's just take a look at since we call this modern day. Let's go to Revelation 11 and 8. Revelations 11 and 8. Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Now, this place is called spirit. This is not the actual physical Egypt, because the actual physical Egypt you can walk to. In Deuteronomy says, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again with ships. So this is the spiritual Egypt that we're in right now. And we know this is Sodom. I'm not going to go over why this is Egypt. I've been confounded since a child, just looking at the dollar bill, wondering why all these foreign, I'm being taught English in school, third grade, they teaching me English, but I look on the dollar bill, it's all these foreign characters that I'm not understanding, is because that's the secret. They've likened this place unto Egypt. The elite, the people that the earth is given unto, the wicked, has likened this new land that they took over as Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt. Okay? And we know why it's spiritual Sodom. This is the heart and soul of these people. It's all starting to show. They just do as thou wilt. And now that they're doing as thou wilt, this is what you've been wanting to do the whole time? This how you want to walk around in some red pumps, and a bald head, and hairy legs and hairy armpits, and screaming about abortion rights, and then next day is gun control. I mean, it's just, this is what you want to do? Sending all your hard $40 billion to a nation that's clearly ain't got a chance in hell of winning against another superpower, little old Ukraine, which is, I mean, if a lot of people, if you want to talk real, we all know what they call the Eastern Europeans. They call them Euro trash, and a lot of those people, the Euro trash they call, come from Ukraine. If you go to England, you see a lot of the workers on their farms are Ukrainian, and there's an article the other day talking about how horrible the people in England treat their Ukrainian field hands. So this is a joke. They're sending $40 billion to people that they know. They know these people can't win this fight, but America is in shambles. Homelessness, drug addiction, diseases, STIs, everything. I mean, the babies ain't got nothing to eat. They ain't got no milk. The mother sure as hell ain't gonna feed them from her teats. So the babies are really doing bad over here. They can't eat. The children are hungry because there's not enough food. Food is very expensive. The inflation is off the racks. And what is this guy doing? I mean, he's sending $40 billion to a nation that cannot. Pretty much, they're just funneling money in there, and what's that word they call when they embezzling it? Just who knows where the money's going? Okay. $40 billion, and we know the $40 billion, whatever they give, usually is 10 times that amount. So it could actually be 400. Scary part is that it could actually be $400 billion when it all turns out, because usually multiply it by 10, whatever Congress allows. That's scary. That's $400 that they're gonna just blow. 40 billion on paper, but just $400 billion in actuality. Scary. So let's go to where we want to go next. So we know this is spiritual Egypt and spiritual Sodom. So let's just go to, we'll start in Hosea. Let's just look at Egypt. Let's look at Egypt. Egypt really in the world is Mizraim. Bondage means Mizraim, which is one of the sons of Ham. And Egypt means bondage. So this is where Egypt came from, the word Mizraim. And this shows clearly how this is the new Egypt, America. So you want to think of Egypt, another word you can think of is Mizraim, and his parents, as you see here, was Ham. His siblings are Put, Canaan, and Cush. So let's push on over to Hosea 11. We'll go to the Old Testament. And in the Old Testament, right there, it shows clearly, when Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. So right there, he's saying he called his son out of Egypt. And then we know that this one where it goes strictly out of the first captivity we had as a nation. The only time we've been in captivity together, the northern and the southern kingdom as a nation, all 12 tribes, was in Egypt. He said, when Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. He got us out of there, okay? With the plagues. You see the plagues hitting now, like this whole monkeypox things. All you gotta do is look at the pit. Let's look at the 10 plagues real quick. 10 plagues. Let's look at that real quick. 10 plagues of Egypt. Right there. Let's look at this. Well, you see, okay, we got the other day we got the waters turned to blood, livestock. But let's just focus on this one right there. You see that? Unhealable boils. Well, we got the monkeypox now. One thing you need to learn about America is they're very slick. Let's just take mad cow disease for one instance. Mad cow disease, in England, they call it mad cow disease. And that's pretty much when you eat those, whatever, like the tainted cow that's actually cow squared. Like a cow that's eating a cow, he gets a disease. They call it mad cow disease. And then you eat it. A lot of these people, they eat their cow and they don't like to, they like Esau. He likes to eat it red, right? And so he gets mad cow disease. He goes crazy. Well, in America, we got a lot of people going crazy of the mind. And when they get older, it's called Alzheimer's. So, which pretty much, if you look at, and if you check these people's diet, you'll see that they are the people that like to eat, especially if you're an Israelite, eating that red plain, hanging out with Esau and eating your meat red. It's a good chance you're going to come up with dementia and Alzheimer's in your old age, because what it actually is mad cow disease. See, in Europe, they'll call it mad cow disease. In America, they call it Alzheimer's. Same thing going on here with monkeypox. You know what I'm saying? They know what the monkeypox is. It's looking like it's one of them plagues about to hit them. They know what's coming. That's why they game plan for it. People think, how they game planning before it's coming? How before it's happening? They know what's going to happen. But they're going to call it monkeypox when actually it's this thing, unhealable boils. The same thing that happened in Egypt. And if you look at monkeypox, the symptoms of it, they say monkeypox, smallpox, and chickenpox. It's like you really can't tell them apart at all. There's really no distinguishable symptom from them. The symptoms you get from both of them are pretty much the same thing. So how do you know if it's really monkeypox or if it's chickenpox or what it is? See, they'll just call things differently, and the symptoms of them are all the same. So pretty much they know this thing's coming. So they're getting ahead of the game. They're going to call them monkeypox, or what it is. It's just the plague's hitting them. So that's what's coming out of Egypt here, okay? So let's go to Matthew 2:15. And there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt have I called my son. And right here we know that this is talking about Yahushai when he and his family had to pretty much go into Egypt because Herod was in Israel murdering all of the young Hebrew boys because, you know, he heard from the Magi that the king was being born. So when that was over, the Most High returned him back into Israel to begin his ministry. And now, this is the other one I wanted again. And I heard a great voice saying, come out of her. KJV. Let's see. Revelations 21:3. There we go. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. We want to say, is it 20? Saying, there it is, Revelation 11:12. That's the one I wanted. And I heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come out of hither. And they ascended upon to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So this is going to be the third time. We saw in Hosea, he called Israel out of Egypt during the first captivity. We saw in Matthew how he called his son out of Egypt after the Herodian massacres. And then we're going to see when this is the future prophecy, when he's going to call the remnant. You know, we're here struggling in this place. It's a struggle. He's going to call us out of this place. We're going to actually hear this voice say, come out of her, come up hither. And they ascended. That's how you know it's going to be an actual voice. And right then it said, and they ascended up into a cloud. You know what those clouds are? Those are the chariots. And their enemies beheld them. And there's plenty of precepts about and she that is my enemy will behold it. Yeah, about how they will see us, the remnant, those men that he said that he's preserved for this time, whoever those men may be. And these people are out here acting salty, looking like, look, I pray for the elect, whoever they may be, whoever it is that's we know is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, but he has some men down here that's doing what they're supposed to be doing to get his people right, get their mind right, ready for these times. Because believe me, some mind like mine would have seen that Buffalo massacre, and I would have been, up in uproar over some Edomite going to a grocery store and murdering, a whole bunch of Jakes. I would have been upset over that. But now that my mind has been renewed, I'm like, Kahala Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it is now. He's renewed our mind. We're not thinking like a Babylonian anymore. You know what I'm saying? I saw that dude go down in the Uvalde, Texas, and just massacre them children. You know what I'm saying? 5 years ago, I would have been like, what is this? How long this going to, boo-hooing, crying, doing on social media, making stupid posts about when we're going to fix this problem. But now I'm like, Kahala Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going on. We know what it is. This is the end. This is the transferring of one kingdom to the next. So, get this word. Those men are out there on the highways and byways pushing it out weekly, and they're pushing it out daily and hard and furious and correct, and they're all speaking the same thing, and it's right here for you to speak. You could be in any room in your house, you could be at work, you could be driving, you could be getting this word. You need to be getting it now, or your mind ain't gonna be right. You ain't gonna be ready for what's going on, because it's going down now. Right now, that Karagma is on his way. This dude Esau, he can't play any games, man. If he wait any longer, he's gonna get caught off guard. If you ever seen a record play when they put the needle on that record, when it gets to the end, it stops. He said, I've set his bounds that he cannot pass. His kingdom is going to end abruptly. Everything's gradual, but it's about to be an abrupt end. And if he don't get this ball rolling, he's going to get caught off guard, because it's in the blink of an eye, all this is going to end. So he got to get he got to start pushing this out. And they said, you can see they're coming for the guns. They hit the northern kingdom in Buffalo. They hit the northern kingdom in Texas. They hit the southern kingdom in Buffalo with with the gun massacres. So they're coming for the guns. The food's out. Gas, you can't afford it. You practically going to be stuck in whatever hole you in right now. So I'm saying, if you can at least get the internet, you get this word before the famine of the word come. So I'm ending right there. We're going to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Honors to those I've learned from. Double honors to their teachers. Shalom to those of Yasharala seeking the truth, seeking righteousness, and hoping for edification. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.